Hello everyone and welcome to the INFINOX Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for INFINOX on Monday the 19th of April. Now into today's video we're going to learn that there's not a huge amount of direction still through markets, where the major moves are still fairly sideways on Forex. Equities markets continue to edge into all-time high ground, not a huge amount of movement there. But Forex majors are fairly subdued at the moment. We've seen that the dollar remains under pressure. Those treasury yields, which have fallen off in recent weeks, have still remained under pressure to the downside, and that's not helping the dollar at all. We've not got a great deal of direction, I think, changing moves this week, where we're seeing the Fed into its blackout period. We've got back end of this week a couple of central banks with the Bank of Canada and the ECB, but in the next couple of days, not a huge amount to necessarily change direction. Now, with regards to the INFINOX support and resistance table, don't forget that that is at the end of the video, and it's always good for key levels and supports and resistances. So let's have a look at what we're looking at in terms of markets today. Well, we're starting off with a couple of safe haven plays on the Forex side. We're going to look at dollar yen, which has continued to fall away as this dollar remains under pressure. 108.35 is the key level of support there being tested. The Swiss franc as well is another market that we're looking out for. Seems to be more progressed in terms of the technicals to the downside for the correction on that move, and it's an important level that we're seeing being tested once again on dollar Swiss. And finally, looking at a precious metal, which is not necessarily such a precious metal with regards to its safe haven status, is silver, and silver has just pulled back a slight amount, but is this a buying opportunity on silver? So let's have a look at these charts. And moving on to these INFINOX MT5 charts now, and we can see that on dollar yen, there's been this considerable correction on dollar yen in the last few weeks, and that has significantly unwound the momentum indicator, the RSI, the relative strength index, and is now at its lowest point in the low 40s since the beginning of the year. Now that really does suggest that this corrective move is progressing, and we can see that that key support band of the first real higher low of the run higher comes in at 108.35. That is a really important moment. If the dollar yen breaks below that, that really does open the corrective move for a downside move. You can see the next real band of support is in purple here, and that doesn't come in until around about the 107 mark. So there is room certainly for further correction on dollar yen should we get that break. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. We can see negative configuration on momentum on the 4-hour chart. Any unwinding move towards that 50 mark on the RSI is a selling opportunity. It seems as though that moving average, which is the 21 4-hour moving average, seems to be a basis of resistance also, so look out for that potentially. And moving on to dollar Swiss, that chart that I showed you just now, similar looking chart actually on dollar Swiss, where you've actually now broken the equivalent support of 92.13, 92.15 area, and we're now into this sort of band again, a band of key support. If you do see a downside break below, if I get the crosshair back, if you do see a downside break below that 91.75 area, that is a really, again, a key moment. But you see the RSI already into the 30s there, and again the lowest since the beginning of the year. So progressive downside momentum taking hold on dollar Swiss. These safe haven Forex plays are gaining ground against the dollar, and that seems to be a continued play. If you do see a downside break below 91.75, you're looking at the next real support band, which doesn't come in until 90.40 area. And finally, onto the silver chart. Again, another play that against the dollar, which is gaining ground. Silver pulling higher tends to be seen as dollar negative. And we can see that you've moved through this band of resistance here, which is 25.30 to 25.60. If I zoom in slightly more, you can see that actually it now becomes a basis of support on a pullback. And you've seen a slight degree of a pullback today, but you can see also the improving momentum on the RSI above 50 now. That's the best it's been since February, since late February. And on the 4-hour chart, zooming back out again, you can see this band of support. It's a nice band that it would be a buying opportunity area, I think, for silver if you saw a corrective move into it. But any real sort of weakness that helps to unwind that momentum is a buying opportunity on silver now, because it looks as though it's ready on the return into that support to then go for the next leg higher. You've got the resistance that comes in around 26.30 area. That needs to be watched, but certainly that would be your next breakout level to the upside on silver. And then that would be able to continue the recovery to potentially towards that 26.50 area, 26.60. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and informative for your trading. Join me again on Wednesday, where we'll be looking at the reaction to the UK inflation data and looking ahead to the ECB. So with that, I'll leave you with the INFINOX support and resistance table, and I'll speak to you then. Thank you very much.